Hi everyone and welcome to Chem class. Percent composition features in the Year 11 study design as you are learning about the mole and how to calculate number of particles in a sample. One of the things that we can do once we learn how to read atomic masses is we can work out by mass how much of a particular element is in a compound, for example. So when we have a compound such as sulfuric acid, so in this example, we want to look at what is the percent composition of oxygen in sulfuric acid, H2SO4. We know that oxygen is a part of this compound. We want to know what percentage of that compound is oxygen. We know that all the elements weigh different amounts, so we can't just add up how many atoms and then work it out as a percentage like that. So it's like looking at a cake or a muesli bar or something else that you might eat that you know is a mixture and saying what percent of this is fat or what percent of this is milk. We want to know what part of that whole thing by mass is made up of one particular substance. So because it's by mass, what we want to do is have a look at the periodic table and get the masses of those particular elements, and we need to also consider how many of them are in there. So our strategy for doing this is that we need to get the relative atomic mass of all the oxygens in there. Because we want to know about the mass of the oxygen in there, we have to factor in that there's 4 of them. So we have to look at from your periodic table, what the relative atomic mass of oxygen is, times 4, over, because it's a percentage of the whole thing, we want it over the relative mass of the entire molecule, so the relative molecular mass. So what mass of the element in question over the mass of the entire thing? And because it's a percentage that we're looking at, we want to multiply it by 100. So we use our periodic table, we see that oxygen is 16.0, there's 4 of them, so our numerator is 64. We have to look up each of these particular elements as well to get up the entire thing. So we have 1.0 times 2 and 32.1 plus the 64, which means we have a total relative molecular mass of sulfuric acid of 98.1 times 100. We just put it into the calculator. So 65.2% of the entire molecule is made up of oxygen by mass. Hope that helps.